Hey Doug, you want to tell us what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm moving around heavy boards without my wife's help.
Somebody's got to hold the camera. We don't have a tripod yet.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Anna.
We bought a wooden teardrop camper kit off the internet.
We have zero experience, but it came with a manual that has a lot of pictures.
It showed up in 3 boxes that look like this.
And we hope to make it look like this, this, and this.
Please follow along as we figure this out.
And make a lot of mistakes.
So the next step is actually to join the 2 bottom pieces that will go on top of our shell. So I'm just setting those out now, so tomorrow when I'm mixing up epoxy and filler, I'll be able to just smear some, I'm guessing thickened epoxy on here, put a board over it, so that way our top is drying at the exact same time that our galley flat is drying, so then the day after that, hopefully we can put the top on, and I'm super excited for that.
Side of a stiffener board that we will then place over the seam of the camper floor. Now we're just going to do a couple measurements to make sure we didn't knock it off of center. All right, and now Doug is putting in some wood screws to hold down the stiffener piece, and we will take the screws out when the epoxy is cured. Okay, so we just got done doing our first layer of epoxy on the kitchen top. Galley flat, whatever. It looks very pretty. It pulls out all of the wood grain and it makes it look like a beautiful color, and it feels like we're getting closer to being done, so that's exciting. It was very easy. We just poured epoxy in and rolled it through, and then used a brush around the edges where we couldn't get with the roller. Overall, it went really good. Now we wait for this one to dry, right? And then we sand and do it again.
So I just have to do a quick sand. This is the bottom piece that we put together last night, or the floor or deck of the camper that we put together last night. So I'm just gonna sand these seams real quick and then throw a layer of epoxy on there. And then I'm also gonna come over here. We already got 1 layer of epoxy on the galley deck and just gonna put a 2nd layer on there. So fun, exciting night of just a little bit of epoxy and sanding. You can see here we absolutely murdered this with thickened epoxy and just have a ton of bleed through. I spent quite a bit of time trying to smooth this out, but ultimately I lost interest fast because this is just going to be covered up with the mattress anyways. You'll notice as I'm putting a first coat of epoxy on the camper floor, I'm leaving about 2 inches gap along the side, as this is where it will join with the camper body. Pretty sure that says rear. Yes, and we're finally getting to place the camper floor on top of the shelf. Yeah, but just lift Had my dad and brother come over to help with some of the lifting and dry fit. I just have some wooden shims in the corner here that you can see as we work around the sides, just trimming out any areas that need a bit of relieving.
Are you sure? Who's bleeding?
No, that's my blood on Russ. Yeah.
Blood brothers.
Yeah.
It's actually raining.
We finally get to roll the camper right side up. We secured the camper shell to the camper floor with 1.5-inch wood screws just temporarily until we get it all epoxied into place. Ooh, there it is! And now Anna's got to crawl in through there and epoxy the inside.
Yeah. That sounds fun, huh?
It does. I'm actually excited. Today I am in the inside of the camper. We flipped it around yesterday. And now today I'm going to be filleting the bottom of the camper, so the floor of the camper, to the shell that we have already built. So I'll be filleting all the way around the edges, adding some fiberglass tape to that when that's done, and then adding epoxy on top of the fiberglass when that's done. So most of today I will be in here. We have a shop light and fan over there, just to try to keep it a little cooler in here. So far, it's early in the morning. It's not too bad in here, so hopefully it stays that way for a little bit. And this is my job because I'm shorter, right? Yes. And Milo is out there too. Oh, and there's our daughter, Beta Gucci. Say hi, Beta.
Hi, everyone.
All right, time to get to work.
All right, honey, been stuck in the hobby cave there for a while. She shack.
The hobby cave.
Yeah, the she shack.
Yeah.
She shed.
Yeah.
Tell me what you've learned or done today.
I filleted the top of the camper to the bottom of the camper. And Husband Face let me know that if the top of the camper falls off when we're driving down the road, it is my fault. So no pressure. So filleted that, then added on the fiberglass tape. And now I'm just finishing epoxying the fiberglass over the fillets that we did. And what else did I do? I think that was it.
What'd you learn?
I learned a lot about filleting. I think I did better this time than the first time. I learned more about fiberglassing and how to do that better than I did the first time. I like filleting. That was fun. Yeah, I think that was all I've learned.
Looks good. Nice work, bitch.
Thank you.
If you were wondering what I was doing that whole time, I was running cups back and forth. Here's our empties.
Just a few.
Yeah. My hand actually got super tired just from mixing the thickened epoxy. Really exciting day for us today. We finally get to take the mold off, which I've been dying to do so that we can see the full view of what the camper will look like. What that's going to entail is, number one, we still have a bunch of these copper wire stitches that we have to clip. And then we also have some screws holding together the mold and where the pieces join. That's going to be a really bear to find. I don't remember where I put them all. Yeah, there's some in the middle there that are going to suck to reach and so on too. And then down over here, we also put all of these little plywood blocks with screws on them that we're going to be removing those too. So should be kind of a fun night, and this is all in prep to sand it down and then give it some fiberglass. So I'm looking forward to it tonight.
Earlier today, we were talking about the blocks on the bottom and maybe something we should have done. Do you want to talk about that?
So I'm kind of annoyed. Number one, CLC, the manual is amazing and helps you a ton. But as I was reading ahead, which I've read ahead fairly decently, they've talked about when they're removing these blocks, how they put tape on the back side of them so that way when we were putting that thickened epoxy in there, that some would kind of leak through these seams, thus sticking your plywood block to the camper. Well, they didn't have it in the earlier instructions when you were putting them on. They just mentioned, oh, and then we put tape on the back of ours. Would have been cool to know that ahead of time. So I think a pretty good chance half of these are going to be glued pretty solid to the camper, and we're going to end up having to chisel those off, and hopefully it doesn't make a mess. So wish us luck. May the odds ever be in your favor. I will give you instruction when you are ready.
Oh, there's still some sticking in here.
Okay, remove the intercoastal mold piece. So that means the piece at the very bottom. You should be able to slide it out.
Did you already undrill it?
Yep. Yours is as big a bastard as mine.
I got it out, but...
Hey-o! Step one. I start here.
On the bottom, and we're just pulling.
And kind of lift it up, yeah.
That is not the piece I was going to. Alright.
Pretty much off over here.
I was pulling on this bottom piece.
Oh, okay. This side's off. Let's go to the left side. You just gotta pull, and you just gotta separate it right here, and then we're off. Those can stay attached to it. Those can stay attached.
I'm off of it.
Oh, right here. That one. That's the only thing you gotta get off right there. Right here.
I see what you're saying, but did you also have to take your bottom one off?
No, I don't have the bottom one. I have completely different side. Just take this off right here. Right here.
I have another piece.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Then this is off, and we can take it that way. Cool. So then I can come help you. Yeah, no, that's cool. You didn't need to. Why don't you go to the other side? The other side of your ladder, and I'll hold this side.
Where are we going?
Let's go left. We'll just set it there, and then we'll separate those. It calls for a
Stool of hope.
8-inch, yeah, an 8-inch lift. We have a wooden stool that's nearly killed every family member.
Yeah.
So it's the stool
It's
of
not exactly a sturdy.
hope you don't die. So I believe it's the perfect sawhorse for something like this.
Hope you don't die.
All right, good lifting form.
Don't pump your hands up.
Oh, it's actually really light. Only one preferably. All right.
You want me to roll you the rolling?
This is where we're hoping that they're not all stuck. First one, find out. One.
That did sound good.
Second one stuck. God, the first one not sticking. I thought we were gonna get it.
Hold on, I feel like we should be taking a bet.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've taken out 5, and there was 6, so 1 was stuck.
I feel like, yeah, there's enough data to make an estimated
7,
guess here.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, Mitch.
I'm gonna go with 4 stuck.
4 to 21.
4 stuck.
4 stuck. I'm gonna go with 7 stuck.
Shoulder rub.
Oh, no.
Ooh, that one came out hot. Price is Right's rules.
No.
Oh, yeah. You are going down. There's only one side left.
1,
There's
2,
no way they're
3,
all
4,
stuck.
5, 6. There's still 7 left to go.
No,
and,
no, and only one stuck right
and
now.
you've got 2 stuck already.
No, only one stuck.
No, the screw counts.
No, wait. Strip screw, I can put it off and up.
Strip screw counts. That you could have fallen. Oh, look at you. You stand that on.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Ooh, strip screw. 1 for
Doesn't
me.
count. So this is officially the only one stuck Price is Right's rules I win. Even with strip screws, it was only 3. Potentially, with strip screws, 4. So I'm winner. So now,
I didn't agree to Price's Right rules.
without Price is Right rules, I still win because I got it right on. So, I hate to break it to you. So now I'm just going to see what this sort of looks like to peel it off. Oh, that was
easy.
You can see there's that little bit that got stuck on there. So, all right, everything I said before about CLC not mentioning taping these off,
Take it back.
really, while I get it, if you really had some seepage, it would be a good idea. This popped off, really, no problem, no concern for me. So, boom. All right, then as a bonus treat for everybody, we're gonna watch Anna birth herself from the camper. So it wasn't bad at all. That was super graceful, yeah. Nice work.
Good at it.